Are you getting my points? Yes, very good. Very good. So see, the human respiratory system, we have started the human respiratory system, and human respiratory system, it is consists of nose, it is consists of pharynx, which is known as the throat, it is consists of larynx, that is the voice box, and trachea known as the windpipe, bronchi and lungs. These are the parts of the human respiratory system. Now see, we have already discussed that on the basis of structure, the human respiratory system is divided into two parts. The upper respiratory tract, that is including the nose, pharynx and larynx, and the lower respiratory tract, which is including the trachea, bronchi and lung. So these are the parts. So these are the parts on the basis of structure. There are two: the upper respiratory tract and the lower respiratory tract. On the basis of function, it means functionally. On the basis of function, the human respiratory system, it is divided. On the basis of function, the human respiratory system, it is divided into two parts. One, that is known as the conducting zone, which is related with the conduction of air. It starts from the external nostrils and goes up to the terminal bronchiole. I told you there are 5 types of bronchiole: primary bronchiole, secondary bronchiole, tertiary bronchiole, terminal bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole. So except the respiratory bronchiole, all are included in the conducting zone. It is related with the conduction of air. It is related with the filtration, then moistening and all. Getting? Then the respiratory zone. Respiratory zone, it is consists of respiratory bronchiole, alveolar duct, respiratory bronchiole, alveolar duct, atria, alveolar sac, alveoli. These are the parts which are included in the respiratory zone or exchange zone. Okay. Then we started about the nose, and we have discussed the space between external nostrils and internal nostrils is known as the nose. Getting? And the opening of internal nostrils is present in the part of nasopharynx. By a partition that is known as the nasal septum, mesenteroid, the nasal cavity is divided into two, right and left. Getting? And there is a palate, hard palate, which is forming a partition between the oral cavity and the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity divided into 3 parts: vestibular region, VRO, vestibular region, respiratory region, olfactory region. Vestibular region related with the removal of dark dust particles having the hairs and sebaceous gland. Respiratory region acts as a filter paper, also conditioning of air. Olfactory region, it is having the olfactory membrane, that is also known as the Schneiderian membrane. We have discussed this all in detail. Getting? In the olfactory region, Bowman's glands are also present. We have discussed Bowman's membrane in the eye, Bowman's capsule in the kidney, and Bowman's glands are present in the nose. So this point you have to remember on. Getting? Now see, we have discussed on the posterior. Remember, on the posterior end and on the lateral wall. On the posterior end, on the lateral wall, three bronchial terminals are present. Their function is to equalize, to maintain the temperature of incoming air with the body temperature first point. Second, to trap the dust particles and pathogen that is trapped by the mucus. So this is the function, and they arises from the posterior lateral wall. They arises from the posterior lateral wall. Where the opening of the internal larynx is present, they are present in the nasopharynx. Pharynx is a common part between the digestive system and the respiratory system, and it is having a muscles. It is having the skeletal muscle. Please underline that point. It is having the skeletal muscles. Skeletal means voluntary muscle, and it is also having the mucous membrane. We have already discussed that there are 3 parts of the pharynx: nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx. In the laryngopharynx, on the anterior side, there is the glottis. On the posterior side, there is the glottis. Glottis is the opening of the respiratory system. Glottis is the opening of the digestive system. In the nasopharynx, opening of the internal larynx, opening of the eustachian tube. We are having a type of tonsils which are known as the pharyngeal tonsils. In the oropharynx, palatine tonsils, lingual tonsils are present. So we have discussed this all in very detail. Larynx, we have discussed in birds, the larynx is known as the syrinx. It is related with the production of sound. And just see, larynx consists of 9 cartilages. We have discussed that larynx consists of how many cartilages? 9 cartilages. 2 types of cartilages, hyaline cartilage and the elastic cartilage. In the hyaline cartilage bone, a pair of arytenoid one cricoid, one thyroid. Then we have discussed in the elastic cartilage file, two corniculate, two cuneiform, one epiglottis. Right? So we have discussed three paired and three unpaired. You have to remember the name of these. Now, epiglottis, that is the first. Epi means upper, covering. That is the covering of glottis. Glottis is the opening of the respiratory system. Covering of the glottis, that is known as the epiglottis. Covering of the glottis, that is known as the epiglottis. And epiglottis prevents the entry of food into the glottis. Now, thyroid cartilage, we have already discussed that it is the largest cartilage of the throat or larynx. The mid-ventral portion of the thyroid cartilage, this is the Adam's apple. Okay? The size of Adam's apple of pulmonology is more in males in comparison of females. We have already discussed. Now, what is the signet ring-like cartilage which is present in the larynx? The signet ring-like cartilage which is present in the larynx, that is the cricoid cartilage. This you have to remember. The signet ring-like cartilage, that is the cricoid cartilage, and it is forming the posterior and lower part of the larynx. It is forming the posterior, lower and posterior part of the larynx, which is known as the cartilages of santorini, the corniculate cartilage. The corniculate cartilage are known as the cartilage of santorini. So these are the few points that you have to remember. Now, in the larynx, vocal cords are present. Two types of vocal cords are there. One, anterior vocal cords are the true vocal cords. They are known as the vocal folds also. They are made up of yellow elastic fiber. They are related with the production of sound. Getting the space between true vocal cords, that is the vena glottis. When the vocal cords are in relaxed position, they are producing the low pitch sound, and when they are tight, they are producing the high pitch sound. And you have to remember as per the physics here. Getting? Now, second type of vocal cords, they are the folds of mucous membrane. They are the posterior vocal cords, are the false vocal cords. They are not related with the production of sound, but supporting the true vocal cords for the production of sound is space known as the vestibular. Then I have written HTN, hippopotamus true nahi. It means in hippopotamus the true vocal cords are absent. EFN, elephant false nahi. It means in elephant only the true vocal cords are present. Then we have discussed one very important point: the length and thickness of the vocal cords. The length and the thickness of the vocal cords in males, that is the 2.25 centimeters, whereas in the females it is 1.75 centimeters, and it is due to the effect of the sex hormone, that is androgen, that is known as the testosterone here, that is known as the testosterone. See, that's why they are having the thicker, so they vibrate slowly. So that's why a man's voice generally has a lower range of pitch than that of female. So female are producing the high pitch, males are producing the low pitch. Okay, so this you have to remember. Then we started the trachea. Say me, we completed the trachea or not? We started the trachea or not? No, we have to start from trachea. Okay, we have to start from trachea. Okay, very good. Okay, remember, in this syllabus they are asking up to the, that is the events of the respiration. Events of the respiration, they are asking one. They are asking the human respiratory system complete, and they are asking up to the cephalochordata. Cephalochordata. They have written now. They are asking up to the cephalochordata, non-vertebrate phylum. They are asking. Okay. So today we will complete up to the events of the respiration here. Correct? So now we are coming on the trachea. Trachea is also known as the big pipe. Trachea is also known as the big pipe. Big pipe, that is known as the trachea. Big pipe, that is known as the trachea. So see, it is the trachea which is coming down. Which is coming down, that is the trachea. Okay? Count completely at the level of 12 vertebra. At the level of 12 vertebra, because there are 7 cervical plus 5 thoracic, so total 12, or that is the thoracic vertebra. It will ask only the thoracic vertebra, it is the fifth. At the level of fifth thoracic vertebra, it divides into two. That is known as the primary bronchi. They are known as the primary bronchi. That is, this is the right primary bronchi and this is the left primary bronchi. So at the level of fifth thoracic vertebra, the trachea divides into two. The right primary bronchi, it enters into the right lung. And the left primary bronchi, it enters into the left lung. Left primary bronchi, it enters into the left lung. So this one is at the level of fifth thoracic vertebra, it divides into two. Now see, very important point related with the trachea. Internally, the trachea is supported by C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Internally, the trachea is supported by C-shaped cartilaginous ring. These are the C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Internally, the trachea is supported by C-shaped cartilaginous ring. What are they? They are the C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Internally, the trachea is supported by C-shaped cartilaginous rings, which are also known as the tracheal rings. It is supported by C-shaped cartilaginous ring, which is also known as the tracheal rings. That is my point. And C, very important. They are made up of cartilage. So which type of cartilage they are having? They are having the hyaline cartilage. They are made up of hyaline cartilage. See, these cartilaginous rings are incomplete. On the dorsal side. They are incomplete on the dorsal side. These cartilaginous rings are incomplete on the dorsal side. Very important. These cartilaginous rings are incomplete on the dorsal side. So they are having a C-shaped cartilaginous ring, which are made up of hyaline cartilage. They are the tracheal rings and they are incomplete on the dorsal side. Where they are incomplete? They are incomplete on the dorsal side. Due to presence of these C-shaped cartilaginous rings, the human trachea is non-collapsible. Even when there is no air, in the trachea, it is not getting collapsed because it is having the C-shaped cartilaginous ring. So internally, the trachea is supported by C-shaped cartilaginous ring. These are the rings. These rings are known as the tracheal rings. They are also known as the made up of hyaline cartilage. These are incomplete on the dorsal side. And due to presence of these cartilaginous rings, the human trachea is non-collapsible. Even when there is no air in the trachea, it is not getting collapsed. So this is the one point that you have to remember. Getting this point? Now, in trachea, the type of muscles which are present, they are the smooth muscles. We are not having control on the trachea. The type of muscles which are present here, they are the smooth muscles. Smooth muscles are present. They are having the smooth muscle. See, second point. So this is the first point that they are having the cartilaginous ring, and due to presence of this cartilaginous ring, the trachea is non-collapsible. See, internally it is lined by pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. It is lined by pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. And pseudo-stratified, it means it is always single layer. False stratified means it is the simple epithelium. Pseudo-stratified ciliated, they are having the cilia. On their face surface, they are having the cilia. The cilia which are present here, they can move only in the forward direction. They are not able to move in the backward direction. They are moving only in the forward direction. To push the mucus out, the cilia which are present here, they can move only in the forward direction. They can move only in the forward direction. They can move only in the forward direction to push the mucus out. To push the mucus out, they can move only in the forward direction to push the mucus out. So this is the point that you have to remember. So internally, it is lined by pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. The cilia which are present here, they can move only in the forward direction to push the mucus out. Otherwise, the mucus will go into the lungs and it will damage the lungs. So this is the third point. First point, tracheal range. Second point, smooth muscles. They are having the smooth muscles. Third, they are having the ciliated epithelium. And where the cilia are moving, they are moving only in the forward direction. They are moving only in the forward direction to pull the mucus out. Fourth important point that I have already told, that at the level of the fifth thoracic vertebra, the trachea divides into two, primary bronchi and right primary bronchi enters into the right lung, and left primary bronchi, it enters into the left lung. Left primary bronchi, it enters into the left lung. So this is the point that you have to remember related with the trachea. Trachea, that is also known as the big pipe. Trachea, that is also known as the big pipe. Trachea, that is also known as the big pipe. That is known as the trachea. Now we are coming on the next part. After the trachea, the next part that is we have discussed about the bronchi. See, we reach up to the bronchi. How we will reach up to the bronchi? Please see the slide carefully. Please see the slide carefully. Please see the slide carefully. That is the bronchi. Please see the slide carefully. External nostrils, nasal cavity, internal nostrils, nasopharynx, glottis, then it is the larynx, 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 then it is the trachea, then it is the trachea. Okay, then it is the trachea. What is this? Then it is the trachea. So see here that what you have to remember. What you have to remember here. What you have to remember. What you have to remember that see trachea at the level of fifth thoracic vertebra. At the level of fifth thoracic vertebra, the trachea divides into two. They are the right and left primary bronchi. So we have already discussed that primary bronchi is there. Now see carefully, very carefully. See, this is the right lung. This is the right lung here. This is the right lung here. This lung is the right lung. Right lung is having the three lobes, like this. Right lung is having the three lobes. This is the left lung. This is the left lung here. And this left lung is having the two lobes. This left lung is having the two lobes. How many lobes are there? Two lobes are there. So try to see. This is the trachea. And at the level of fifth thoracic vertebra, it divides into the primary bronchi. So these are the primary bronchi. What is this? What is this? These are the primary bronchi. Primary bronchi. That is the right primary bronchi. And this is the left primary bronchi. Now see, after entering into the lungs, there are three lobes in the right. So it will divide into the three secondary bronchi. It will divide into the three secondary bronchi. It will also divide into the two secondary bronchi. And are you getting this point? So this is the branching like this. So see what happened here. I'm writing here trachea. Trachea at the level of fifth thoracic vertebra. This is the level of fifth thoracic vertebra. It is divided into the primary bronchi. It is divided into the primary bronchi. This is the right primary bronchi, and here is the left primary bronchi. Now see, the primary bronchi is divided into the secondary bronchi. It is divided into the secondary bronchi. Secondary bronchi, it is entering into the lung lobe, so it is also known as the lobar bronchi. The secondary bronchi, it is entering into the lung lobe, so it is also known as the lobar bronchi. The secondary bronchi is entering into the lung lobe, so it is also known as the lobar bronchi. Here it is the number is 3 on the right side and number is 2 on the left side. See, here it is clear. The number of secondary bronchi or lobar bronchi is 3 on the right and 2 on the left. It is clear because 3 lobes on the right side and 2 lobes on the left side. Now from here, listen carefully. Again, secondary bronchi is divided into the tertiary bronchi. Secondary bronchi is divided into the tertiary bronchi. The secondary bronchi is divided into the tertiary bronchi. Get it? Tertiary bronchi. See, these are the lung lobes. Again, I am saying, like this is the lung lobe here. This is the right lung. Okay, and right lung is having the 3 lobes. Again, these lung lobes are also divided into small segments. These lung lobes are also divided into small segments. Okay, they are divided into small segments here. That is, they are divided into small segments. So, internally, total 10 segments are present in the right lung. 10 segments are present in the right lung. Internally, total 10 segments are present in the right lung. Internally, total 10 segments are present in the right lung. They are known as the broncho. They are known as the broncho-pulmonary segment. They are known as the broncho-pulmonary segment. Are you getting this point? In the right lung, 3 lobes, 10 broncho-pulmonary segments. In the left lung, 2 lobes and 8 broncho-pulmonary segments. In the left lung, 2 lobes and 8 broncho-pulmonary segments. This is the point that you have to remember. So, the tertiary bronchi is entering into the segment. I will say, like this one is the division here. So this one is the primary. It is divided into 2, 3 secondary, and now it is again divided into small branches here. Right? So this is the tertiary bronchi. Tertiary bronchi is also known as the segmental bronchi. Tertiary bronchi is also known as the segmental bronchi. Why the tertiary bronchi is known as the segmental bronchi? Anyone will say why the tertiary bronchi is known as the segmental bronchi? Anyone will say what is the reason? Why it is known as the segmental bronchi? Because it enters into the segments. Very good. It enters into the segments. Broncho-pulmonary segments. It enters into the segments which are known as the broncho-pulmonary segments. Number of tertiary bronchi on right side is 8 and number of tertiary bronchi on left side is 8. And number of tertiary bronchi on right side is 10 and number of tertiary bronchi on left side is 8. Are you getting this point? So this one is about the primary, secondary and the tertiary bronchi. It is the primary, secondary, tertiary bronchi. I am saying again, at the level of the fifth thoracic vertebra, the trachea divides into 2 primary bronchi, right and left primary bronchi. Right primary bronchi enters in the right lung, left enters in the left lung. After entering into the lungs, there are 3 lobes on the right, 2 on the left. So it is the 3 secondary bronchi, two secondary bronchi in the left. They are entering into the lung lobes, so they are also known as the lobar bronchi. Internally, the lobes are divided into segments, bronchopulmonary segments, 10 on the right, 8 on the left. So they are known as the segmental bronchi. The tertiary bronchi are known as the segmental bronchi. The tertiary bronchi is known as the segmental bronchi. They are known as the segmental bronchi because it is entering into the bronchopulmonary segment. It is entering into the bronchopulmonary segment. So trachea is divided. I'm saying again, trachea is divided into the primary bronchi. It is divided into the primary bronchi. It is divided into the secondary bronchi. Then it is divided into the tertiary bronchi. Now, the tertiary bronchi is divided into small branches, which are known as the bronchioles. Tertiary bronchi is divided into small branches, which are known as the bronchioles. Bronchi, tertiary, that is also known as the segmental bronchi. It is divided into the bronchioles here. So now the bronchi is divided into the bronchioles. See me, where these all bronchi are present. Name the structure where these all bronchi are present. Anyone will say lungs. Very good. It means you are getting the point. They all are present in the lungs. Very good. They all are present in the lungs. Now see, bronchioles. There are 5 types of bronchioles. See, this is the tertiary bronchi. Tertiary bronchi, that is also known as the segmental bronchi. Tertiary bronchi, also known as the segmental bronchi. It is divided into the primary bronchiole. It is divided into the primary bronchiole. Then it is divided into the secondary bronchiole. It is divided into the secondary bronchiole. Then it is divided into the tertiary bronchiole. It is divided into the tertiary bronchiole. Then it is divided into the, how many types of bronchioles are there? 5. How many types of bronchioles are there? 5. This all branching takes place in the lungs. Tertiary bronchi is divided into the terminal bronchiole. It is divided into the terminal bronchiole. And terminal bronchiole is divided into the respiratory bronchiole. It is divided into the respiratory bronchiole. The terminal bronchiole is divided into the respiratory bronchiole. So there are 5 types of bronchiole: primary, secondary, tertiary, terminal, and respiratory bronchioles are there. Up to the terminal bronchiole, all are forming the conductive part. All are forming the conductive part. And up to the terminal bronchiole, all are forming the terminal part. All are forming the terminal part. It started from the respiratory bronchiole. Started from the respiratory bronchiole. There is respiratory part, that is the gas exchange part. So there are 5 types of bronchioles that you have to remember. Now, in the respiratory part or in the gas exchange part, the gas exchange part, it starts from the respiratory bronchiole. It starts from the respiratory bronchioles. It starts from the respiratory bronchioles. It divides into the alveolar duct. It divides into the alveolar ducts. Alveolar ducts, it divides into the atria. Atria divides into the alveolar sac. And alveolar sac is divided into the alveoli. Alveoli is the structural and functional unit of lungs. It is the structural and functional unit of lungs. Alveoli are the structural and functional unit of the that's why I told you have to remember Ram Das Wani. Ram Das Wani. Or you can say remember R Das Wani. R Das Wani. I will say R is the respiratory bronchiole. R is the respiratory bronchiole. D is the alveolar duct. A is the atria. S is the alveolar sac. A is the alveoli. So this is the R Das Wani. I have written complete. That is the TOTA Das Wani, TOTA RAM DASA. And you may remember like this also. Okay, you may remember like this also. So this is the point that you have to remember. This is the point that you have to remember here. So that is the structure here. Now see, all these branches are present inside the lungs. All these branches are present inside the lungs. Okay. All these branches are present inside the lungs. Having all these branches, they are present inside the lungs. So if you will see it carefully, it is looking like an inverted tree. These branching are looking like the inverted tree. This branching is looking like the inverted tree. Okay, this branching is looking like the inverted tree. That's why it is also known as the bronchial tree. That's why it is known as the bronchial tree, because trachea, bronchi, they are forming from the bronchi, started from the bronchi. It is known as the pulmonary tree. It is known as the pulmonary tree because it is present in the lungs. So it is known as the pulmonary tree. It is also known as the tracheo. It is also known as the tracheo-bronchial tree. It is also known as the tracheo-bronchial tree because it is formed by the root. The base is formed by the trachea and branching is formed by the bronchi. Okay, what is the Ram Das Wani? R is respiratory bronchiole. This one. D for ducts, alveolar ducts. A for atria. S for sac. A for alveoli. That is the structures which are included in the pulmonary tree, bronchial tree, or tracheo-bronchial tree. Okay? So these are the points that you have to remember. Now see here the trachea, bronchi, and initial bronchioles. Very important point here. Although they are looking theoretical, but each point is a question. The trachea, bronchi, and initial bronchioles. The trachea, bronchi, and initial bronchioles. They are supported by incomplete cartilaginous rings. Trachea, bronchi, and initial bronchioles. They are supported by incomplete cartilaginous ring. Initial bronchiole, if I will say up to the primary, secondary, tertiary, they are the initial bronchiole. They are supported by incomplete cartilaginous rings. See, trachea and bronchi, they are lined by the pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Whereas in the remaining bronchioles, they are lined by the simple columnar ciliated epithelium. They are lined by the simple columnar ciliated epithelium. So very important, you have to remember points. Trachea and bronchi, they are lined by pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium, whereas bronchioles are lined by the simple columnar ciliated epithelium. This is very important point that you have to remember. Bronchioles are lined by simple columnar ciliated epithelium. Bronchioles are lined by simple columnar ciliated epithelium, whereas trachea and bronchi are lined by pseudo-stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. So this you have to remember clear cut. I am saying again because it is important. Trachea and bronchi, they are calcified, ciliated, columnar epithelium, whereas the bronchioles are lined by the simple columnar ciliated epithelium. Remember, alveoli are the structural and functional unit of the lungs. Known by us, which is the functional and structural unit of the lungs, that is the alveoli. What is the total number of alveoli in two lungs? In two lungs of human beings, total 300 million alveoli are present. What is the number of alveoli? 300 million alveoli are present. What is the number of alveoli in two lungs? I am saying about the two lungs, 300 million. In two lungs, 300 million alveoli are present. Alveoli are the structural and functional unit. Yes, it is the exact number, beta. That is the 300 million. Plus minus is there. Minus is there, but average number. You know, in zoology, all the values in average. In some it is less, in some it is more. Okay, like in some the blood sugar is 100, in some the blood sugar is 70, so average is the 85. Got it? So 300 million alveoli are present. What is the number of alveoli? 300 million. Got it? And they are covering about 70 to 100 square meters. They are covering about 70 to 100 square meters. The surface area which is covered by the alveoli, that is the 70 to 100 square meter. The surface area which is covered by the alveoli, that is 70 to 100 square meters. 70 to 100 square meter. And it is about 50 times. It is about 50 times to the total surface area which is covered by the. It is about 50 times by the total surface area which is covered by the. It is about 30 times. It is about 50 times by the total surface area which is covered by the. Skin is covering approximately 1.78 square meters. Okay, so that is about 50 times. About 50 times. Okay, about 50 times area is covered by the alveoli. So this is very important that you have to remember about the trachea, bronchi, and bronchioles. Now we are coming on the last part of this human respiratory system, that is known as the lungs. Okay, so now I am coming on the last part, that is known as the lungs. Lungs are also known as the pulmon. Lungs are also known as the pulmons. Get it? Lungs are also known as the pulmons. This is the point that you have to remember. That lungs are also known as the pulmons. This is the point. First of all, I am saying about this. What is the position of lungs? What is the position of lungs? What is the position of lungs? So you will say carefully. A pair of lungs are present in the thoracic cavity just above the diaphragm. See, this is the diaphragm. I am saying about the human. This is the diaphragm. And above the cavity, that is known as the thoracic cavity. This cavity is known as the abdominal cavity. Okay? So a pair of lungs are present in the thoracic cavity. A pair of lungs are present in the thoracic cavity just above the diaphragm. Just above the diaphragm. Just above the diaphragm. A pair of lungs are present in the thoracic cavity just above the diaphragm. Getting this point? They are present in the thoracic cavity just above the diaphragm. Getting where they are present? Just above the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. It is the muscle. Just above the diaphragm. The space between two lungs. This is the right lung. This is the left lung. The space between the two lungs. This is space. The space between the two lungs, that is known as the mediastinum. The space between the two lungs, that is known as the mediastinum. What is the name of the stem? Yes, What is the name of the space which is present between the two lungs? That is known as the media sternum. That is known as the media sternum. And what is present in the part of media sternum? Heart is present. Esophagus is present. And aorta is also present. So these three structures are present in the media sternum. Heart is present, esophagus is present, and aorta is also present. Okay? So see, that is the just a pair of lungs present just above the diaphragm. That is the space between the two lungs is known as the media sternum. Media sternum is the heart, esophagus, and aorta. That is very important, very important, very important. I am saying again, a pair of lungs present in the thoracic cavity just above the diaphragm. The space between two lungs is known as the media sternum, where the heart is present, esophagus is present, and aorta is present. See, in the left lung, a structure is present that is known as the cardiac notch. In the left lung, a structure is present that is known as the cardiac notch. In the left lung, a structure is present that is known as the cardiac notch. That is known as the cardiac notch. In the left lung, a structure is present that is known as the cardiac notch. And cardiac notch indicates that the heart originates with the left lung. That the heart originates with the left lung. We can say vice versa. The left lung originates with the heart. Both are the same thing. Na? The heart originates with the left lung, or the left lung originates with the heart. So this is the one point that you have to remember. So see, the space between the two lungs is media sternum, just above the diaphragm. A pair of hearts are there. In the left lung, cardiac notch is there. And this cardiac notch indicates that the left lung originates with the heart, or heart originates with the left. Yes, no, trachea is not present in the media sternum, beta. Trachea is not present, beta. See now, this is the lungs. If I will say this is the lungs, so bronchi are entering into the. Let's see, trachea is here, beta. Here finished. Okay, here it is finished. Okay, this cavity is the thoracic cavity. Lower cavity is the abdominal cavity. Okay, lower cavity is the abdominal cavity. What is this abdominal cavity? AC written short abdominal cavity. This is the thoracic cavity. So they are having the thoracic cavity and they are having the abdominal cavity here. Getting this point? Clear? Till here it is clear. Position is clear. Any doubt? No. Now see, we are coming on the next point. See, there is covering of the lungs. See, covering. Lungs are covered by a double layered structure. It means double layered serous membrane, which is known as the lungs are covered by dura. And what is dura? That is the double layered serous membrane. So lungs are covered by double layered serous membrane. So this is the point that you have to remember, that lungs are covered by double layered serous membrane. See, the outer membrane, it is double layer. That is known as the outer membrane and the inner membrane. See carefully. The inner membrane is adhered. To the lungs. This is known as the visceral dura. The inner layer is adhered to the lungs. That is known as the visceral dura. The inner is attached with the lungs, that is known as the visceral pleura. The inner is attached with the lungs, that is known as the visceral. The outer, this is the outer. This is the outer here. This is the outer. See, this is the outer. Outer is attached with the thoracic wall cavity. This is known as the parietal pleura. This is known as the parietal pleura. The visceral pleura is attached to the lungs. This is attached to the lungs. And the parietal pleura, it is attached to the thoracic wall cavity. Thoracic wall cavity. Okay, it is attached with the thoracic wall cavity. Okay? So there are two layers of pleura. Inner one, that is the visceral pleura, and outer one, that is the parietal pleura. Inner visceral pleura, it is attached to the lungs, and outer parietal pleura, it is attached to the thoracic wall cavity. It is very important because when there is expansion in the chest wall, there is expansion in the thoracic cavity also, because the parietal pleura is attached with the lung cavity here. That is the thoracic wall cavity. It is attached with the thoracic wall cavity. Right? Parietal pleura, it is attached to the thoracic wall cavity here. So when there is expansion in the chest wall, when there is an expansion in the chest wall, there is an expansion in the thoracic cavity also, there is an expansion in the pulmonary cavity also. Are you getting this point? Because the outer is attached. So when there is expansion in the thoracic wall, there is expansion in the thoracic cavity also. Because they are maintaining the pleural volume, pleural pressures. Getting? So when the outer is attached with the thoracic wall, and inner is attached to the lung. The space between the parietal and pleura, that is known as the pleural cavity. That is known as the pleural cavity. The space between parietal and pleura, that is known as the pleural cavity. This pleural cavity is filled with a fluid. This pleural cavity, it is filled with a fluid, that is known as the pleural. The fluid is known as the pleural fluid. The fluid is known as the pleural fluid. The pleural cavity is filled with a fluid, that is known as the pleural fluid. What is the function of the pleural fluid? They have given one very thing. How the pleural fluid is present. So they told, if you will take two glass slides, so if between the two glass slides there is a water, so they are attached, they are close together, but they are separated by the water film. Similarly, that is the parietal and that is the visceral pleura, and between them that the pleural fluid is present. So first of all, it reduces the friction. Very important. First of all, it is reducing the friction. And second one, it is related with the protection of lungs. Very important. It is related with the protection of lungs. Yes, it is shock absorber. Very good. It is the shock absorber. Very good. It is the shock absorber. So this is the point that you have to remember. It is the shock absorber here. So this is point that you have to remember related with the covering. The covering is known as the pleura. Okay, wait for 1 minute only. So this one is the structure related with the atria. Now coming here shape. What is the shape of the heart? Yes, I told the three functions of pleural cavity. There is no three function. You can say like this. It prevents the friction. That you have to remember. Now after it, we are coming. What is the shape of the lungs? What is the shape of the lungs? What is the shape of the lungs? So see, lungs are not the pear shape, beta. They are the conical in shape. Lungs are conical in shape. They are the cone lines. They are the conical in shape. They are the conical in shape. This is the diaphragm. Okay, and they are present in the thoracic cavity like this. They are present in the thoracic cavity like this. So they are conical in shape. They are conical in shape. Conical in shape. See, very important. This is the base of the lungs. This is the apex of the lungs. This is the apex of the lungs. This is the base of the lungs. This is the base of the lungs, and second part, that is the apex of the lung. So see, the base is resting on the diaphragm. The base is resting on the diaphragm, and the apex is on the upside. Apex is on the superior side. The apex is on the superior side. The apex is on the superior side. 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 So this is the point that you have to remember. This is the point that you have to remember. That base is present on the diaphragm and apex is present on the superior side. So this is very important. The shape is the conical shape. One point which is not written there, but please note it down there. It is not there, but please note it down. The weight of the right thumb. The weight of the right lung is 625 grams and weight of the left lung is about 575 grams. Please note it down there. It is not written there. Please note it down there. The weight of the right lung is 625 grams and weight of the left lung is 575 grams. Why the weight of the left lung is less? Because in left lung, a cardiac notch is present. Because in left lung, a cardiac notch is present. That's why the weight of the left lung is less. So this is the point that you have to remember. So because of the cardiac notch, the weight of the left lung is less. Now we are coming on the lung lobes. We are coming on the lung lobes. What are the lobes in the lung? See, we are coming on the lung. So see, I told that this is the right lung. This is the left lung. Right and left lung are there. Right lung is there and left lung is also there. Right lung is there and left lung is also there. So see, right lung, it is having the two fissures. Right lung, it is having the two fissures like this. These are the two fissures which are present in the right lung. In the left lung, there is only one fissure like this. So see, this fissure is known as the horizontal fissure. This fissure is known as the horizontal fissure. And this fissure is known as the oblique fissure. This fissure is known as the oblique fissure. So due to presence of two fissure, are you getting the video and all? Are you getting the video and all? Okay, wait for 1 minute. Now you are getting the screen sharing also. Now you are getting the screen sharing also or not? Okay. So see, this one is the horizontal fissure. This is the oblique fissure. So due to presence of these two fissures, there are three lobes in the right lung. In the left lung, there are only two lobes because there is only one fissure. That is the oblique fissure. Because there is only one fissure. That is the oblique fissure. So due to presence of two fissures in the right lung, it is divided into two lobes. And due to presence of one fissure in the left lung, it is divided into the two lobes. So here there is the three lobes, here there is the two lobes. Getting this point? Any confusion? Fissure means partition. Fissure means partition. I thought fissure means partition. Fissure means partition. Fissure. They are the invagination. They are the partition. I already told how many lobes on the right lung? 3. How many lobes in the left lung? 2. Now these lung lobes are divided into segments which are known as the bronchopulmonary segments, which are also known as the bronchopulmonary segments. Bronchopulmonary segments. How many bronchopulmonary segments? Very good, very good, very good, very good. 10 on the right and 8 on the left. 10 bronchopulmonary segments on the right side and 8 are present in the left side. So this is the point that you have to remember. And now, what is the basic unit of the lungs? That is known by us. The basic unit of the lungs, that is the alveoli. The basic unit of the lungs, that is the alveoli. Basic unit of the lungs, that is the alveoli. Approximately 300 million alveoli are present in two lungs. Approximately, on an average, 300 million alveoli are present in the two lungs. Okay, we have already discussed 300 million alveoli are present. Now, the alveoli, it is having some specific cells. There are some specific cells which are present in the alveoli. There are some specific cells. Alveoli are present in the lungs, and here this is the cells of alveoli. So there are some specific cells which are present in the alveoli. Getting, or I will say the alveolar wall, it is consists of 3 types of cells. How many types of cells are present in the alveolar wall? In the alveolar wall, 3 types of cells are present. The alveolar wall, it is having the 3 types of cells are present. Yes. Why there is a difference in the weight of the right and left lung? Yes, I told now. In the left lung, there is a cardiac notch. In the left lung, there is a cardiac notch. So weight is less. And in the right lung, there is no cardiac notch. So weight is more. Okay. Okay. So this one is the point here. This one is the point here. Clear? So this is point that you have to remember. Now, the alveolar wall, it is having how many types of cells? It is having the 3 types of cells. First one, that is the type 1 alveolar cells. The first type of cells, they are the type 1 alveolar cells. Type 1 alveolar cells, they are the squamous cells. They are the squamous cells. Type 1 alveolar cells are the squamous cells. They are the squamous cells, and they are lining the squamous wall. They are lining the alveolar wall. This is the wall of the alveoli. They are lining the alveolar wall for the process of gaseous action. For the process of gaseous action, like this, they are lining the alveolar wall for the process of gaseous action. So squamous cells, they are for the gaseous action. They are for the gaseous action. So they are having the type 1 alveolar cells. They are having the type 1 alveolar cells. Those who are lining the alveolar wall for the process of gaseous exchange or for the process of diffusion. Getting? So this you have to remember very easy. That is the type 1 alveolar cell. They are lining the alveoli They are lining the alveoli for the process of diffusion of gases. Correct? Now, they are having the another one that is known as the type 2. They are known as the type 2 alveolar cells. They are known as the type 2 alveolar cells. They are known as the type 2 alveolar cells. They are known as the alveolar epithelial cells. They are known as the alveolar epithelial cells. They are known as the alveolar epithelial cells. They are known as the septal cells. They are known as the septal cells. They are known as the septal cells. They are known as the granular. They are known as the granular pneumocytes. Pneumocytes. Pneumo means lungs, which are present in the lungs. So they are known as the granular pneumocytes. They are known as the granular pneumocytes. So type 2 alveolar cells are there. They are having the type 2 alveolar cells. Type 2 alveolar cells, they are also known as the alveolar epithelial cells. They are known as the septal cells. They are known as the granular leukocytes. Granular leukocytes, not leukocytes, they are the granular leukocytes. Septal cells, it means they are present in the septa. Between the two alveoli, there is one septa. This is one septa. Between two alveoli, there is one septa. So they are present in the septa. Between two alveoli, there is one septa. So they are present in the septa. Where they are present? They are present in the septa. Between two alveoli, there is one septa. So they are present in the septa. And now I am coming on very important point. The type 2 alveolar cells, they are secreting a specific substance. They are secreting a specific substance that is known as the surfactant. That is known as the surfactant. They are secreting one specific substance. That is specific substance is known as the surfactant. So who is secreting the surfactant? That is the type 2 alveolar cells. Type 2 alveolar cells, they are the septal cells. They are the granular pneumocytes. And they are secreting one secretion that is known as the surfactant. That is known as the surfactant. What is surfactant? What is surfactant? First of all, surfactant. What is the term? Surfactant. It is secreted by type 2. It is secreted by type 2 alveolar cells. It is secreted by type 2 alveolar cells. It is secreted by type 2 alveolar cells. Surfactant is a mixture of. It is a mixture of. Surfactant is a mixture of lecithin. It is a mixture of lecithin plus what it is having. It is having the lecithin plus it is having the lipoprotein. It is having the lecithin plus it is having the lipoprotein. Lecithin is phospholipid. Lecithin is phospholipid. Lecithin is phospholipid. So cells of the alveoli in the type 2 alveolar cell, they are secreting a substance that is known as the surfactant. They are secreting a substance that is known as the surfactant. And surfactant is a mixture of phospholipid, that is the lecithin, and the lipoprotein, and that is the lipoprotein. Now listen very carefully. What is the function of surfactant? Surfactant reducing the surface tension. It is reducing the surface tension of alveolar fluid. Very important. The surfactant is reducing the surface tension. Surface tension of alveolar fluid. It is reducing the surface tension of alveolar fluid. It means because of the surfactant, the alveoli alveoli, they are capable to expand. Because of the surfactant is reducing the surface tension of alveolar fluid and helps lungs to expand. Helps lungs to expand. It helps lungs to expand. The lungs are able to expand because of the presence of the surfactant. Because of the presence of the surfactant, they are able to expand. They are able to expand because of the surfactant. They are able to expand. See, sometimes in the lungs, the surfactant is absent and it's a genetic disorder. Sometimes in the lungs, the surfactant is absent. So the lungs are unable to expand. They are getting collapsed. And the collapsing of lungs is known as the atelectasis. 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 What is atelectasis? That is the collapsing of lungs. That is the collapsing of lungs. That is known as the atelectasis. Collapsing of lungs, that is known as the atelectasis. So this is the point that you have to remember. So what is surfactant? Surfactant is a chemical substance which is secreted by the type 2 alveolar cell. Which is secreted by the type 2 alveolar cell. Surfactant is a mixture of lecithin plus lipoprotein phospholipid. It reduces the surface tension of alveolar fluid and it helps lungs to expand. It helps lungs to expand. Okay. It helps lungs to expand. Okay, that is very important. And so lungs are able to expand. So if surfactant is not there, the lungs are not able to expand. It means they will get collapsed. Collapsing of the lungs is known as the atelectasis. What is atelectasis? Collapsing of the lungs. And lungs is having the alveoli. So that is the collapsing of alveoli. That is known as the atelectasis. Collapsing of alveoli. That is known as the atelectasis. Any doubt? Any doubt? Yes. Yes. Someone was saying to come on the previous page. What do you want to ask in this page? Say. What do you want to ask in this page? I explained all the things. If you are having any doubt, you are free to ask. No? Okay. If the alveoli are not able to expand, so there is no gaseous section. It will reduce the surface area. So the person will feel difficulty in breathing. Get it? That is known as the collapsing. Collapsing of lungs or alveoli is known as the atelectasis. And during the atelectasis, the person will feel the suffocation because the lungs are unable to expand. This process is known as the atelectasis. Now, the third type of cell. See, the first type of cell, what I told, alveolar type 1 cell. Alveolar type 1 cell, they are simply forming the lining of alveoli and they are directly related with the diffusion of gas. They are forming the diffusion membrane. Type 2 alveolar cell, they are secreting one substance. They are the septal pneumocytes which are present in the septa. Okay, they are the granular pneumocyte and they are secreting surfactant. Surfactant is a chemical substance which is made up of glycolipids, that is the phospholipids, lecithin, and lipoprotein. And it reduces the surface tension. And when surface tension reduces, it helps alveoli to expand. So without the surface tension, the alveoli are not able to expand. This is causing the collapsing of lungs. That is known as the atelectasis. The term is the atelectasis. Atelectasis means that is the collapsing of lungs. Collapsing of lungs or collapsing of alveoli. And what is the symptom disorder. It is not happening during the life. It is not happening during the life. It is not happening during the life. Only since birth. It is only since birth. That condition is known as the RDS. Only for your information I am saying. They are not going to ask in need. Only RDS, respiratory distress syndrome. Respiratory distress syndrome. Distress means the child is not able to breathe properly. That is known as the respiratory distress syndrome. Okay. So that is the surfactant is very important because it helps. Okay. And absence of surfactant, that is the congenital condition. The third type of cells which are present in the alveoli, they are known as the alveolar macrophages. They are known as the alveolar macrophages, or they are known as the duct cells. The phagocytic cells of the lungs, the phagocytic cells of the alveoli, they are known as the alveolar macro. Macro means big, phagous means eater. They are the big eater. Alveolar macrophages are duct cells, and they are the modified monocytes. They are the modified monocytes. They are the modified monocytes. Alveolar macrophages. They are the modified monocytes. So we have discussed about the lungs. Now see, this representation is given in NCERT related with the lungs. I have taken this picture from NCERT. See this picture. They have given epiglottis. First I am coming from top to the bottom. Epiglottis clear. Epiglottis is a cartilaginous flap which is made up of elastic cartilage, and it is over the glottis. It is over the glottis. Okay, it is over the glottis. No picture is coming on this screen. You are getting the picture or not? Getting now? Okay, so check your connection beta. So just see that is there. Okay, so see that is the epiglottis, the topmost, then larynx. After the larynx there is trachea. See, the trachea divides into two branches. See, trachea is having the cartilaginous ring. So if you will see the ring-like structure, they are the cartilaginous ring. Getting? Now at the level of fifth thoracic vertebra, that is the bronchus. See, space between two lungs, that is the mediastinum. And what is present in the mediastinum? They have given heart. Heart is there, esophagus is there, aorta is there. Diaphragm. Diaphragm, that is a muscular part. Dome-shaped structure, that is the diaphragm. Dome-shaped structure, that is known as the diaphragm. Dome-shaped structure, that is known as the diaphragm. It is a partition between thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. Now see, they are having the lungs. Now see, they are having the pleural membrane. You are getting the pleural membrane, two membranes. They have mentioned two arrows like this. They have mentioned two arrows. This one is the inner distal, and this is the outer parietal. Getting? Now they mentioned the alveoli. You are getting alveoli is there. Pleural fluid they mentioned. Okay, branches of bronchi, that is known as the bronchioles, are also there. Getting this all? These all labelings are clear. These all labelings are clear. Only one labeling that you have to clear. Now, presence of diaphragm is a characteristic feature of mammals, beta. Presence of diaphragm is a characteristic feature of mammals. It is present in both male and female, beta. It is present in both male and female. One exception is the reptiles. Crocodile is also having a diaphragm. Remember, diaphragm is present in both male and female. It is a characteristic feature of mammals. Getting? So and diaphragm is a muscle. It is a dome-shaped structure. Only one labeling that you have to focus. Cut the end of the rib. Rib. See, ribs are there. Ribs are there. There are ribs. This is the sternum here, and these are the parts having the ribs. So they are forming the rib cage. So they have given that. Just see that pairs of ribs are there. So they represented the ribs like this. They represented the ribs like this. This is the representation of it. This is the representation of ribs are there. 12 pairs of ribs are there. That is 12 pairs of ribs are there. So this is the point that you have to remember. Only cut end of the rib. They represented only the ribs. That is the cut end of the rib. See, now alveoli, we have discussed in the alveoli, there is one structure. In the alveoli, there is one structure. That is the type 1 alveolar sac. Type 1 alveolar sac. They are forming they are lining the alveolar cavity. They are lining the alveolar cavity. And they are related with the diffusion of gas. So, where the diffusion takes place? Where the diffusion takes place? Try to see carefully. Where the diffusion takes place? This is the alveoli. Get it? And this is the blood capillary. The diffusion of gases takes place between the alveoli and blood capillary. What is this? This is the alveoli. And this is the blood capillaries. This is the blood capillaries. So here the exchange of gases takes place. Like CO2 is coming here from alveoli to the blood capillaries and CO2 is going on. And that is the exchange of gases takes place between the exchange of gases takes place between the alveoli and the blood capillaries. Okay? So, exchange of gases takes place through a membrane. Diffusion of gases takes place through a membrane that is known as the diffusion membrane. That is known as the diffusion membrane. Diffusion of gases takes place through a membrane that is known as the diffusion membrane. This membrane is also known as the respiratory membrane. This membrane is also known as the respiratory membrane. This membrane is also known as the respiratory membrane. See, here we have already discussed the alveoli is lined by a layer of squamous epithelial cells. That is the type 1 alveolar cell. Alveoli are lined by a layer of squamous epithelial cells. So this is the alveoli. They are also the type 1 alveolar cell. They are also the type 1 alveolar cell known by us. So this is the squamous epithelial layer of the alveoli. What is this? This is the squamous epithelial layer of alveoli. Always known by us that the epithelial cells are present on a membrane. Always known by us that the epithelial cells are present on a membrane. That membrane is known as the basement membrane. So this is the basement membrane. This is the basement membrane on which the epithelial cells of the alveoli are present. So this is the basement membrane. Always known by us that the epithelial cells are present on a membrane that is known as the basement membrane. Getting? So this is the basement membrane. Now see, known by us that capillaries are also lined by a layer of squamous epithelial cells. Capillaries are also lined by a layer of squamous epithelial cells. And when the squamous epithelial cells they are present in contact with the blood, because here what is present in the capillaries? Blood is filled. Then it is known as the endothelium. What is this? This one is the endothelium. This is the endothelium of alveolar capillaries, the capillaries which are related with the alveoli. So this is the endothelium of alveolar capillaries. This is the endothelium of alveolar capillaries. So this is the point that you have to remember. Endothelium of alveolar capillaries are there. See, the endothelium means they are also the squamous cells. Endothelium means they are also the squamous cells. They are also the squamous cells. So the squamous cells which are present here in capillaries also, they are also present on a membrane that is known as the basement membrane. They are also present on a membrane. That membrane is known as the basement membrane. Getting? So we can say the diffusion membrane or respiratory membrane is made up of 3 layers. It is made up of 3 layers. One, that is the squamous epithelial layer of alveoli. One, that is the squamous epithelial layer of alveoli. Two, that is the endothelium of blood capillaries. And third one, that is the basement membrane. Third one, that is the basement membrane. Third one, that is the basement membrane. So as per NCERT, the respiratory membrane or diffusion membrane is made up of three major layers. It is made up of three major layers. It is made up of three major layers. The respiratory membrane or diffusion membrane, it is made up of three major layers that you have to remember. Okay, this you have to remember. It is made up of three major layers. So this is the point that is very important here. This is the point that is very important here. Getting this point, that is the respiratory membrane or that is the alveolar membrane is there. Getting? So respiratory membrane, it is responsible for the diffusion of gases. O2 diffuses from alveoli to the capillaries and CO2 diffuses from capillaries to the alveoli. Getting? Due to the change in the pressure. We will discuss in detail, that is the gaseous section. Total thickness of this respiratory membrane or diffusion membrane they have given in NCERT less than a millimeter. Less than a millimeter. The total thickness is less than a millimeter. The total thickness is less than a millimeter. Total thickness is less than a millimeter. What is the thickness here? That is the less than a millimeter. So this is the point that you have to remember. This is the point that you have to remember here. Getting? See, this is here which is given in NCERT related with the respiratory membrane or related with the diffusion membrane. This is the figure which is given related with the respiratory membrane or given related with the diffusion membrane. See, alveolar cavity is there. Getting? Alveolar cavity is lined by alveolar wall, that is the thin wall layer, one layer cell. It is present on the basement membrane. It is having the blood capillaries. So this all what I have written here, all the things are there. So respiratory membrane or diffusion membrane, it is made up of three layers as per NCERT. One is squamous epithelial cells of alveoli. They have given basement membrane. This is basement membrane together considered one. And the endothelium means squamous cells of the blood capillaries. Getting? Squamous cells of the blood capillaries. So this is the representation given in NCERT. Getting this point? Getting this point? Any confusion? It is clear? Or any confusion? Yes, alveolar ducts, they also take parts in the gaseous section. Respiratory bronchiole, alveolar ducts, atria, alveolar sac, alveoli. But the main site is the alveoli. The main site is the alveoli. Main site is the alveoli. What is the main site? That is the alveoli. So this is the point that you have to remember. This is the point that you have to remember here. Getting? So now we are coming on the next one. See, now we are coming on the next one. That is the events of respiration. What is the topic now? That is the events of respiration. Okay. Events of respiration. Till here they are going to ask. Wait. Okay. Events of respiration. So it is clear. So now we are coming on the next point. The next point is the events of respiration. This is the events of respiration. What are the events of respiration that you have to remember? As per NCERT, I have taken here as per NCERT. It means what are the processes involved in the respiration here. First one, I'm not writing on board. Please try to get it. Breathing or pulmonary ventilation. What is the first event? Breathing or pulmonary ventilation. Breathing or pulmonary ventilation, by which the atmospheric air is coming into the alveoli, and alveolar air is going out and alveolar air is going out. Alveolar air is going out into the atmosphere. Alveolar air is going out into the atmosphere. Alveolar air that is going out into the atmosphere. That is the point that you have to remember. So breathing or pulmonary ventilation. What is breathing or pulmonary ventilation? By which the atmospheric air is entering into the alveoli and CO2 rich alveolar air is going back into the atmosphere. That is simple breathing. That is known as the breathing or pulmonary ventilation. Breathing is also known as the ventilation of lungs. That's why they have given like this. Breathing or pulmonary ventilation, it means you will say inhalation and exhalation. That is simple. Inhalation and exhalation. That is the one point. That is the breathing or pulmonary ventilation. That is the inhalation and exhalation. Oxygen-rich air is entering into the alveoli and CO2-rich air is going back to the atmosphere. That is known as the breathing, or that is known as the pulmonary ventilation. The second event is the respiration. That is the external respiration. External respiration, that is also known as the diffusion of gases. External respiration, that is also known as the diffusion of gases. Oxygen diffuses from alveoli into the blood capillary and CO2 diffuses from blood capillary into the alveoli. That process is known as the diffusion of gases. Oxygen diffuses in and CO2 diffuses out. That is also known as the external respiration. That is also known as the external respiration. CO2 diffuses in and CO2 diffuses out and O2 diffuses in. That is known as the external respiration or diffusion of gas. So see what happened in the first step. What is the first step? That is the breathing of pulmonary ventilation. It is simple inhalation and exhalation. Oxygen rich air is coming into the lungs and CO2 rich air is going out into the atmosphere. That is the breathing. Okay? Now second one, that is the diffusion of gases. From the alveoli, the oxygen is coming into the capillaries and CO2 is going out from capillaries into the alveoli. That is the external respiration. Now the oxygen reaches up to the capillary. So now the oxygen is transported from capillaries up to the tissues and CO2 that is coming back here. So just see first, second one, that is third one, that is the transportation of gases by blood. That is the transport of gases because the oxygen which is achieved, the oxygen which is entered into the capillaries, we have to transport this oxygen up to the tissues. So that is known as the transport of gases by blood. That is the transport of gases by blood. Now, at the level of tissues, the O2 from the blood will enter into the tissues and the CO2 from the tissues will enter into the blood. That is known as the diffusion of O2 and CO2 between blood and tissues. This is known as the internal respiration or known as the tissue respiration. And finally, that is the cellular respiration, means the glucose. The oxygen is used in the breakdown of glucose. That is known as the cellular respiration. That is known as the cellular respiration. So this you have to remember related with the events of respiration. How many events of respiration? As per NCERT? How many steps involves the respiration? 5. You will say like this. 1. Breathing or pulmonary ventilation. Second one, external respiration. Third one, transport of gas. Fourth one, that is the internal respiration or tissue respiration. And fifth one, that is the cellular respiration. I will say one by one. Oxygen rich air is coming into the alveoli and CO2 rich air is going from alveoli to the atmosphere. That is the breathing or pulmonary ventilation. Second one, that is the diffusion of gases. The O2 diffuses from alveoli to the capillaries and CO2 diffuses from capillaries into the alveoli. That is the external respiration. Now oxygen reaches up to the capillaries. So there is transportation of this oxygen from capillaries up to the tissues. So that is the transport of gases. Now at the level of tissues, the O2 will reach into the tissues and CO2 will come out. This is at the level of tissues, so it is known as the tissue respiration. This is known as the tissue respiration. And ultimately, this oxygen is used for the catabolic processes and release of energy. That is known as the cellular respiration. So see, very easy. This one, that is the inhalation and exhalation. That is known as the breathing or ventilation of lungs. See, oxygen coming, CO2 going. This is known as the external respiration. Now, oxygen is carried up to the tissue. That is the transportation of gases. At the level of tissue, O2 is coming, CO2 is going. So it is the tissue respiration. And now this O2 is used for the breakdown of glucose and for the production of energy. So this is known as the cellular respiration. This is known as the cellular respiration. Catabolic processes is the destructive processes. In the last step, just see now what is happening in the last step. The oxygen which is entering, it is used. The oxygen which is entering, it is used for the oxidation of glucose. So it is a catabolic process. It is a catabolic process that you have to remember. It is a catabolic process that you have to remember here. So this one is about the events of respiration. How many events of respiration are there? How many events in respiration are there? 5 events in the respiration are there. So we have discussed the events of respiration. Till here, they are going to ask in the Sunday test. It means in the next class, what we will do? We will discuss some important points of the animal kingdom. I will share the notes and I will discuss the question also. So you have to prepare this topic until here. Now, for the next week, we will complete the some part of the next week. So we are in comfort position. Okay. So now the next bit is related with the respiration. That is the mechanism of breathing. Next topic is not coming in Sunday test. It is coming in the next test. Before it, if you are having any doubt, then first ask, then I will start the mechanism of breathing. If you are having any doubt, then please ask. If you are having any doubt, then please ask. If you are having any doubt in this chapter, then please ask. Otherwise, no doubt. Okay, very good, Kaushik, very good. So now we are coming on the next point. That is the mechanism of breathing. Mechanism of breathing. The next one, that is the mechanism of breathing. We are going to start the mechanism of breathing. See, related with the introductory part of mechanism of breathing, we will see. You are confused in pharynx. I will say no problem. Pharynx is a common part between the digestive system and respiratory system. In pharynx, there are 3 parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. That nasopharynx, it is the superior part. See, superior is the naso, inferior is the larynx. Correct? In nasopharynx, what is present? Opening of internal nares is there, opening of eustachian tube is there, and it is providing an extra space for the incoming air. Tonsils are also present in the nasopharynx. That is we have already discussed. Then second part, that is the oropharynx. It is also having the 2 types of tonsils. Okay, it is also having the 2 types of tonsils. Now, laryngopharynx. In the laryngopharynx, on the anterior part there is one opening, on the posterior part there is one opening. The anterior opening is glottis and posterior opening is larynx. Okay, this is glottis. It is the part of respiratory system. It will enter into the digestive system. Get it? So this one is about the pharynx that you have to remember. Okay. Ask anything else that you want to ask. Function of tonsils. Yes. Remember the human health and disease. Tonsils, they are the lymphoid structure. Tonsils, they are the lymphoid structure. They are included in the secondary lymphoid organ. And they are the site of antigen-antibody interaction, where the lymphocytes are getting the maturity. So they are the site of that antigen-antibody interaction. Okay. So, glottis. See, in the part of laryngopharynx, two openings are present. Anterior opening, posterior opening. If I will say now, if you will say like this, this is the anterior opening, this is the posterior opening in the laryngopharynx. This anterior opening is the glottis. This is the correct. Okay. So glottis, that is an opening. It leads into the respiratory system. Glottis leads into the respiratory system. That is, and glottis is covered by a cartilaginous flap. Then it is known as the epiglottis. Yes, you are asking a very good question. If tonsils are removed, then what is happening related with the immunity? Immunity decreases somewhat. When the tonsils are removed, tonsillectomy is done, the immunity decreases somewhat, but not at all, because there are other organs which are also related with the immunity. So it decreases, but not at all. So this is the point that you have to remember. Yes. No need of screen share now. What you are asking? Chandan, any doubt? No. One say diffusion of oxygen from alveoli. Yes. See, I will say the diffusion membrane consists of three layers. I told you, the diffusion of gases takes place from alveoli to the blood capillaries. So the diffusion membrane or respiratory membrane, it consists of three layers. Like this. This one is the alveoli. This is the blood capillaries. Getting? So first of all, the alveoli is lined by a layer of squamous epithelial cells. They are the type 1 alveolar cells. They are the squamous epithelial cells. So we used to say epithelial cells of the alveoli. This is the epithelial cells of the alveoli. Now, always the epithelial cells, they are present on a membrane. This membrane is known as the basement membrane. This membrane is known as the basement membrane. Now this is also basement membrane, and here the cells are there. They are the squamous cells which are in contact with blood. So they are the endothelium. So what is the first layer? Squamous cells of the alveoli. Second, basement membrane, and third one, that is the endothelium of the blood capillaries. Yes. Anything else? One say about the anything else? Yes, conky. See, that is on the here. This is the nasal cavity, and on the lateral wall, on the posterior side of nasal cavity. On the lateral side, this is the lateral side and posterior of the nasal cavity. See, this is the posterior, anterior of nasal cavity, posterior of nasal cavity. On the lateral wall, three bony plates are there. Which are known as the conky. Superior, middle, and inferior bony plates are there, which are known as the conky. Three bony plates are there, which are known as the conky. And what is the function of conky? The first function of conky, to equalize the temperature of incoming air with the body temperature, because in summer, in winter, the different temperature here is entering into the lung. So this is the function, to equalize the temperature of incoming air with the body temperature. So this is the point that you have to remember related with the conky. Three conchi. Second condition, that is the moistening of air. Second, the conchi are lined by the mucous membrane. Okay. So now that is trapping the mucus, that is trapping the pathogen form. Okay. So you are free to leave now. All the best. In the next class,